Hey Corkies, we got an educational one for you today. We're going to be sharing where wine gets its color, and we are going to be trying this Bordeaux Rosé. It's a dry rosé, and I'm looking forward to tasting it. So stay tuned.
Hello everybody, I'm Bryn and this is Billy from corkandjava.com. On this channel we like to expand and enrich your experience with all your favorite beverages. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you never miss a video. Alright Billy, what are we doing today?
So today we're going to be sharing where wine gets its color. You know, there's typically red wine and white wine and rosé, but a lot of people don't know why white wine is white wine, why red wine is red wine. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably do know, but so all the color from the wine comes from the grape skins. So the juices inside the wine are all actually white. You can make a white wine out of any type of grape as long as you don't have skins in contact with the wine juice. You can make a white wine pretty much out of anything. But you cannot make a red wine out of white grapes because they just don't have the color in the skins to produce red wines. So rosé is in between. So how do we get that? We get it from having a red wine that has contact with the grape skins for a short amount of time. And depending on what type of rosé you're gonna have like pretty blush ones that are like lightly pink, and you're gonna have pretty dark ruby ones like this, almost as dark as a red. And they just remove the skins after a period of time to get the color that they're looking for. There's also a lot of tannins and stuff in the skins that adds to the body and the tannin level and acidity in the wine as well. So you're gonna get a different flavor of wine with a rosé than you would if you made the wine just from the red grape and left the skins on. So we got this Bordeaux Claret rosé wine. It comes from France, obviously, from the Bordeaux region. And a lot of people think of rosé wine as, oh, that's a sweet wine, but that's not always the case. Sweetness has nothing to do with the color. So the sweetness is basically how much residual sugar is left over in the wine after fermentation. They'll stop the fermentation short if they want it to be sweeter, and they'll let it keep running its course till all the yeast eats all the sugars, turns it all into alcohol, and there's no more sugar left over to make it sweet. So this one is a dry rosé here. And so do you want to take a look at the color first?
Yeah.
So it's very dark for a rosé. They recommend serving this chilled, which is why our glasses are getting a little bit foggy.
Yeah, it's much darker than I'm used to drinking for rosés.
Yeah. But it's got a really nice ruby color. Almost like a garnet, I would say. But yeah, let's see how it is on the nose. Okay. Very light. It's got a lot of floral, like honeysuckle characteristics I'm getting. And I forgot to mention this is mostly a Merlot from this particular Bordeaux chateau. What are you getting on the nose? I'm getting a little bit of cherry notes.
Yeah, I can smell the cherry too. I don't know, I feel like there's something kind of like woodsy. I don't know if that's the right word. It smells kind of like
I'd say
outside,
vegetal
Yeah.
a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, let's give it a taste.
Okay.
It's got a lot of acid on the back end there. It's very light for a Merlot, obviously. Taking the skins off early definitely removed a lot of the tannin elements of it and made it a lot lighter bodied of a wine than a Merlot typically would be. Merlots are typically medium to medium heavy. They're not typically full-bodied at all, but this is very light. This is almost venturing into some of the white wine categories.
It's almost kind of mineral-y to me.
I do
you get that?
I do get some mineral aspects to it. There's a lot of earthiness that I think you were picking up on the nose with the you were saying wood, and I am getting like cedar on the palate. I don't know if this was aged in any barrels or not. It doesn't really taste like it was, but it could be for a little bit of time, just because I am getting a little bit of kind of the old world style characteristics that could come from the barrel, but I'm not really getting too much like vanilla or anything that you would typically find with something that's barrel aged. Also, what makes me think it's not barrel aged is the color. I think it would be a little bit darker of a color, having, I don't mean like darker red, but I mean like a little bit more brownish if it was aged in a barrel. Kind of like if you had seen a Chardonnay that's oaked versus unoaked, the oaked one will be a little bit more like golden bronze than the one that's just stainless steel aged.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and when I said woodsy earlier, I wasn't thinking like oaked or anything. Like, it doesn't smell like it's oaked to me. But it does have kind of like this, I don't know, like
cherry stem kind of flavor.
I don't know, like something, kind of like a stem or a piece of wood or like something like that kind of smell and taste to me.
Yeah, and it's definitely not fruit forward at all, which is what I really like about this. It's got a lot of pretty interesting notes on the palate of minerally and earthy kind of tones to it, but it's also delicate and light at the same time, which is really cool.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, it kind of reminds me of like pulled pork, you know, like after you've smoked the pork on the grill, you know, all day and stuff, like that kind of like woodsy like flavor you get from the wood chips, like that is kind of like infused like into this, that same kind of wood taste.
I could see that a little bit. Yeah. Of like the wood smoke more than So what would you pair this with?
I'd probably pair it with pork. I mean, it's
pork, chicken, light cheeses, I would say. I wouldn't go too heavy. This is pretty light bodied. Yeah, fish, seafood, salads. Like if you want a red, something that's red, but you're eating something pretty light that a full-bodied red would overpower, this is definitely something to go to. And you can definitely pair this with most things that you'd pair a light, crisp white wine with as well, because it's got a lot of those same characteristics that a light white wine would have.
Yeah.
So how would you rate this one?
Let me take another sip. I like it. I probably wouldn't gravitate towards something like this, you know, as my everyday drinking wine or really all that often. But I mean, it is refreshing. So I'm gonna give this one an 84.
I'm just gonna give it an 88.
Okay.
So
86.
Yeah, so it's a solid red. How much did you pick it up for? Do you remember?
I think it was like $15 or $16 or something.
Yeah, so I'd put it right fair price in that category. It's a great rosé, especially if you're looking for a rosé that isn't sweet. And because I know a lot of the rosés out there are marketed to people who like sweet wines. I don't know if it's just the color makes people think it's going to be sweet. It looks a little bit more candy-like, but this one is a great example of a dry rosé.
All right, so comment below what your favorite rosé is. We want to know, and maybe we'll be able to try it. That is going to do it for us here. Make sure you find us on all our social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. We're looking forward to seeing you guys online. So until next time, bottoms up.